All right. My name is Ghana Baby, alias Wadamaya, and today I have Brian in the house. I just want to ask him some few questions about racism in China. This is the main topic for today: racism in China. Brian, welcome to the Wadamaya show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Okay, Brian, how does racism affect foreigners in China?
First of all, when you talk about race in China,
Okay.
and a lot of people don't understand this, the Chinese people are one race, and the Chinese people don't know about racism.
Yeah.
From north to south, east to west, Chinese people don't know what racism is. Did you see the laundry detergent video?
Yeah, I saw it. It's viral now.
That was a racist video that everybody was talking all over the world.
Yeah.
It was one of the most trending topics on Twitter outside China. But when you take the video to the streets and ask people, is this video racist? 1 out of 10 Chinese will tell you it's racist. 9, they just think it's a good video. What's the problem with that? Because for 30 years, Chinese have never seen foreigners, so they don't know anything about race. It's only one color.
It's only one color.
Now, this is not the problem with the Chinese. They just open the doors to the other day. They have foreigners coming in every time. This is something that needs to be sensitized by foreign departments, by Ministry of Immigration, to tell the Chinese that don't talk about color. When you talk about color, it's a very sensitive topic to foreigners, because most of them don't understand. It's not the United States, it's not Britain, it's not many African countries that when people talk about color, people feel like it's sensitive. Chinese don't know that, so it's not their fault. However, the video it was so outrageous, a lot of people talked about it, everyone didn't like the video. But to say this, it's not the fault of the Chinese, but the Chinese departments of foreign affairs and everyone needs to educate the Chinese, like, let's not talk about color when you see foreigners.
So right now your main problem is about color, right? So like if you talk of racism, let's talk about black people living in China.
Yeah.
How does racism really affect you as a black person in China?
We are talking about every different type of dimension. We're talking about people who work here.
Okay.
We're talking about students.
All right.
And every day you have to take a bus, and somebody is calling you Harry.
Harry.
For the first time in 2 years, you don't understand what that is, but when you come to understand, it's like a racial slur.
Yeah.
And then some part, it gets to you like, these people don't really like you, while they don't know what they're doing. The thing is, once you're in class, even the kids will call you this name. And for a longer time, they don't know what it is. This is our part to tell them that's very impolite. You don't say that to anyone. You don't say that to foreigners. This country is of Chinese. They call themselves yellow people. You got also white people, you got black people, you got brown people. Nelson Mandela said, no one is born hating the other person. It's not about your color. No one is born hating the other person. People must have been born, to love. Because once you love, it gets more serious than hate. In fact, love is so strong that it conquers hate. We just have to teach people about racism. Stop racism. This is not the right way to say these things.
So
you have a good way to.
My next question is, how can foreigners in China help solve this racism problem? Because sometimes this advert was done by a black person.
Yeah.
He knew what he was going in for, right? So how can we, being foreigners in China, how can we help in solving the problem of racism?
Okay, let me first start with let me correct you. The guy didn't know what was going on until he was put into the washing machine. When he came out, they didn't show him the video. He was paid and let go.
Okay.
Later, when the video was out, he just came to like, what really happened here? This is really bad. And everyone in the whole world is seeing that, and everyone is bashing, like, what did you do? What did you do? It looks like his fault, but it wasn't his fault. But the damage has already been done. It has already been done. Foreigners, especially in China, I've been to lots of countries around here. My wife is from the Philippines, and I've traveled around. And I've not seen people disparaging blacks and anything else. But here in China, we need to take cool first. We need to cool it out, you know?
Yeah.
When it happens, somebody is just talking racial slurs on you. We get a lot of temperament and we go fighting about it. Now, Chimamanda Adichie from Nigeria says racism is absurd because racism is not about who you are, it's about what you look like. It's about the color of your skin, it's about the shape of your nose and the hair and the kink in your hair. It's just absurd. And when racism happens, it's because of race. People when talk about race, it's all about racism. So how to go about it? I think first of all, let's understand, we need to respect everyone to be seen first of all. We need to respect everyone you see. Everywhere you go, everyone you meet is meeting his or her own challenges, right? Is having a bad time, is having his own challenges. Let's be kind. Always, let's be kind. Point number 2 is we need not really to be angry at 1.4 billion people. You know, when you start a fight, you're fighting 1.4 billion people. When you look in the streets, you are the only foreigner. The last thing you don't want to have is a mob justice.
Exactly.
Just when somebody insults you, just walk away. Walk away. You came to do something here. Walk away. That's the only person, one person in almost 50 people who are going to make you angry in almost like 2 or 3 months, right?
Yeah.
So when we start fighting, it brings a lot of problems. It brings a lot of police problems, visa problems. You are deported. We've been here for almost like 8 years, and we know this.
Wow.
8.
Wow.
We know how it happens here.
Wow.
Once you start to fight, you are always wrong in front of the police. Foreigners, you are always wrong in front of the police. Even if the cameras were there and they were seeing everything, when you've been caught, you are always wrong, even when it's not your fault. So what we need to do, if the foreign ministry just brings and sensitizes people about what you need to say in front of foreigners and what you don't need to say about skin color, and tells them how to be polite. That's number 1. And number 2, for us foreigners, at the end of the day, we'll go back to our countries. At the end of the day, some of the foreigners will get married to Chinese here.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
So my last question for you is, what advice do you give to foreigners out there and foreigners that are yet to come to China? Your advice for them, how to live in China?
First, to the foreigners who are coming to China, this is an era of you Google things up, you read stories. You know you're coming to China in 2 months. Learn about China. Read about China. The do's and the don'ts in China. Don't just, you're coming for the first time and somebody's giving you a luggage of drugs. You've not even arrived in China, you're getting arrested on the other side. You've not even said food, but you're having a bag, a suitcase of cocaine.
Okay.
So we have to learn about China, what to do and what not to do, right? And for the foreigners here, who are here, let's be tolerant. Be tolerant. The moment you walk away is a powerful tool. It shows that person who is insulting you.
Yeah.
Not only are you cheap, you need to do something. You're just an idler. I'm busy, I have something to do, and I'll move forward. That's all. That's the way to live here. We can't fight, and I'm going to say it again. You can't fight 1.4 billion people. That's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on the show, man.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your interview.
Okay.
I wish you the very best in your career.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.